There are two basic ways to set up screen time on your child's iPad. The first is directly on your child's device, and the second is through family sharing. Family sharing will allow you to regulate screen time on your child's device, from your iPhone or your iPad. But if you don't use Apple products and this is the only device in your house, then you will need to set up downtime directly on your child's device. So we'll walk through what that looks like first, and then we'll come back and look at how to set that up through family sharing. So let's get started. I'm going to treat this iPad as if it's my child's own iPad. So from the home menu, I would select Settings, and from there I'll select Screen Time, and then Turn on Screen Time. From here, you'll walk through a series of dialog boxes that allow you to set up screen time initially. These are your initial settings. After you have established these initial settings, you can go back and tailor things exactly the way that you want them for your child. There are many, many options, and so we will have a tutorial for each of the different categories to help you with those kind of fine-tuning adjustments. So we've selected Turn on Screen Time, and from here, you'll see an overview of the types of things screen time will do with an option to continue. Select Continue. Next, you'll be asked whether this iPad is for you or for your child. And so since this will be for our child, select This is my child's iPad. Next, you'll be prompted to set up downtime. Select the start time. This is when you want the iPad to go to sleep. And then select the end time, which is when you want the iPad to wake up. Now select Set Downtime. Next, you'll be prompted to set app limits. Here you can set a daily limit for different categories of apps. So if we want to set a daily limit for how long a child can play games, then select Games and then Set. And here we can select the time limit. Select Set when you're done, and you can go back and set limits for the other categories. When you're finished selecting all your categories, then you can select Set App Limit. Next, you will simply be informed that you can set content and privacy settings. It doesn't allow you to do that here, so we'll have a later tutorial that walks you through your options in those categories. So select Continue, and now you'll be asked to set up a 4-digit passcode. Now, I really must emphasize that you need to remember this passcode. If you forget it, it's extremely difficult to change it. It's not like you can just restart your device and it will go away. In fact, you'll have to contact Apple in written form, so it's a real pain. So write the passcode down somewhere, just don't forget it. Obviously, you don't want your child to have access to this passcode either, because this is the passcode that will be required to make changes to screen time settings. Once you set the passcode, your screen time settings for your child will be saved. From here, you can now use that passcode to go back in and fine-tune the adjustments and tailor them exactly the way that you want. And like I said, we have other tutorials that will walk you through that. So that's screen time on your child's own device. Now let's set up screen time using family sharing. The great thing about this is that you can make adjustments on your child's device from your own phone or iPad. The first thing that you'll have to do is set up family sharing and make sure that both your device and your child's device are updated to the latest iOS 12.1.4 at the time of this recording. Okay, so now I'm going to treat this as if this were my own iPad. From the home screen, I'll select Settings and then Screen Time. And now here's the real important step. If I make any adjustments to screen time at this point, so maybe you haven't turned on screen time yet and you hit turn on screen time, or if you've already turned it on, you make any adjustments, it will be on your own device and not on your child's device. That's especially easy to do if you're using an iPhone. So what you'll need to do is, if you're on an iPhone, scroll down, or if you're on an iPad, just look over to the right and locate Family. From there, you should see your child's name if you have set up family sharing. Once you select your child's name, now you're ready to set up screen time on your child's device. So select Turn on Screen Time, and from there, the process will be the same as what we just walked you through before. Hit Continue, then Set Downtime, and you can set the downtime categories, and then it will ask you to set app limits. It will inform you of privacy restrictions, etc., and then you'll set the passcode. Now, again, don't forget the passcode. Make sure that you have access to that. Like I said, it's a pain to change it. Once you've selected your passcode, you're all set. Now, again, like I said before, you can go back and you can really tailor each of these categories specifically to the needs of your family and to your child. And again, for that, you can consult our later tutorials. So that's it. That's how you set up Downtime on iOS 12.